Hi, I am Charity Roberts. I am Jacob's mother's sister, and I am Jacob Kilby's aunt. And I created this video in the hopes that people will see the very difficult side of waiting for an organ transplant. The family members, it's kind of an impossible thing for us to imagine life without Jacob. And we aren't guaranteed that he will get a heart. We get through each day hoping that that will happen. And the only way that it will is if more donors are out there. And we're hoping to save other families from having to go through this heartbreak of a process. So please watch the video and take the information and share it. And if you're not a donor, please become one. Thanks. This is Jacob Kilby, 19 years old, and he's on the National Heart Transplant wait list for the second time. His first transplant was at 2. So Jacob, why don't you tell us, what is it like in your mind waiting for a heart each day?
Well, every day I just try to take it slow and easy and try to just live my life to the fullest each day.
Are you nervous about being on the heart transplant wait list?
Yeah, sometimes you just think about it and this gets you a little nervous, but in the end you know that it's going to be alright and just a little minor thing you got to do.
And how long do you think it might take to get a new heart?
Well, as of right now, I'm on level 2, which is the low end of the transplant list, which could take a while, but doctors are currently trying to get me higher on the list, and so if I get higher on the list to 1A or 1B, it could potentially take about 6 months to a year, so hopefully anywhere between there would be great.
Anything frustrating about your hyperplastic left heart syndrome that you've been diagnosed with since you were a baby? What's been frustrating for you about that?
Well, it's just frustrating that I have to just wait. The waiting is frustrating, and just knowing that while a lot of other people your age are going out to college and doing all these other things, you have to stay back and kind of just get this surgery over with before you can do anything that it's going to move your life forward.
Right. How has this changed you so far?
Well, it's made me see things a lot differently, and made me realize that that you don't really take anything for granted, and kind of just live your life to the fullest and hear people out and hear what people have to say before you just walk away or anything like that.
Great. Speaking of hearing what people have to say, let's get some family members in on this video. Thank you, Jacob. Hi, Bridget. This is Jacob's beautiful girlfriend, Bridget. She is 18 years old, and she's going to tell us 3 words that describe Jacob.
The 3 words to describe my boyfriend would be, he's very funny, he's very sweet to me, he loves with all his heart.
Yes. And so can you tell me, Bridget, how do you get through each day knowing that Jacob is on the heart transplant wait list?
Some days are harder. I just try and keep positive. Just know and try to show everything's gonna be okay.
And it will be. That's all you can do, Bridget, is think that way.
He's my best friend.
Bridget. Hi, Zach. This is Zachary, Jacob's middle brother, and he is how old, Zach?
13.
13, and he just got out of the waves. And we want to just ask Zach if he can describe Jacob in 3 words.
He is fun, loving, and very funny.
All right. See ya. Hi, Dylan. This is Dylan, Jacob's youngest brother. And he's going to say a few things about Jacob. Dylan, can you say a couple things about your brother?
Yeah, that he's very nice and he has a bad heart, but
Thank you.
and he has a nice car.
He has a nice car. Okay, thank you, Dylan. This is Jacob Kilby's mother, Melissa Johnson, and she is a very strong woman. She's been an amazing mother for Jacob all these years. She's a single mom of 3 boys, and Jacob's the oldest. And we're going to ask her 3 things that she loves about Jacob. Go ahead, Melissa. 3 things.
Okay, 3 things I love about Jacob is he's strong. He's the strongest person I've ever known. He's funny, and he's very outgoing. He's just like his mom.
I agree.
Yeah.
And can you tell me how you get through each day knowing that he's on the heart transplant wait list?
Each day I pray. Prayer works. Been there before. I pray every day since I had all my kids. But I just pray and try to stay positive and live a normal life, as normal as we can live. So that's what I do.
Okay, thanks, Melissa.
All right.
And this is Marcia. She is Jacob's grandmother. Melissa is Jacob's mother, who is this woman's daughter. And Marcia, could you please describe Jacob in 3 words?
Amazing, terrific, wonderful.
And now that he's on the heart transplant wait list, can you tell us what goes through your mind each day?
How long, how Jacob's feeling, and the right heart needs to come along.
And how do you make it through each day with those concerns?
I believe in prayer. God is my strength and my courage. That's the only way I make it in life. That's the only way I'm going to make this with Jacob. From day 1, I've always been believing in God and prayer.
Okay, thank you, Grandma. Hi, Kyra. This is Kyra Aberly. This is Jacob's aunt, and she is another sister of Melissa's. Hi, Kyra.
Hello.
Can you please tell me how you would describe Jacob in 3 words?
Okay, when I think of Jacob, the first thing that comes to mind is that he is very humble. He's so grateful, and the second thing that would come to mind would be how giving he is. Giving in nature, just very sweet, and thirdly, how thoughtful he is of others, how he's putting others before himself. He always makes homemade cards for everybody for their birthdays and things like that you don't necessarily see from the kids anymore. Just so giving, so thoughtful.
Yeah. And could you tell me how you get through each day knowing that Jacob is on the heart transplant wait list?
It's been very hard. I just don't think any child should have to go through what Jacob's having to face. And he actually gives me strength with his courage and how he faces each day with positive attitude. I'm just really just trying to give myself to his Facebook page, giving of myself with raising donor awareness. I think is a big one, because that's one of the problems with the organ donating and the heart transplant is that not enough people donate. So I think that is a big one, and that's kind of where I've been immersing myself into that role. Just raising awareness with the donors and just praying to God and hoping that our heart becomes available for him and that he stays strong and that he's healthy enough to receive it is really, I wake up each morning with him in my thoughts and my prayers, and I go to bed each night with him in my thoughts and my prayers, and it's been It's very hard. And I just keep the faith and keep praying.
That's great. Thank you, Aunt Kyra. This is Kayla. This is Jacob's cousin also. She is my sister Kyra's daughter. And she's going to tell us 3 things that she likes about Jacob.
The 3 things I like about Jacob is, number 1 thing is that he walks around here like with his head high and acts like nothing's wrong, and he has a good positive attitude about everything, and he's a sweetheart. Everybody loves him that meets him, and he's touched so many people with everything that he's doing right now. So that's awesome.
Yes, it is. And can you tell me how you get through each day knowing that Jacob's on the heart transplant wait list?
Well, sometimes I forget that he's on it because he has such a good positive attitude, but at the end of the day, you know, it's always on my mind, and he's doing an awesome job, and him being strong helps me be strong.
That's great. Thank you, Kayla. This is little Nevaeh, and she is Jacob's cousin. She is Jacob's cousin's daughter, so a great cousin, I guess you could say. Hi, Nevaeh.
Hi.
Can you tell me something that you like about your cousin Jacob?
I don't remember. I can't. Hey there.
One little thing that you like about your cousin Jacob.
I love him.
Oh, that is so sweet. I bet he loves you too. Thanks, Nevaeh.
This is Charity Roberts, and can you describe 3 words for Jacob Kilby?
I can. I'm Jacob's aunt. I am his mother's sister. And Jacob to me is strong, optimistic, and the sweetest, most thoughtful thing around.
And how do you get through each day knowing that he has to have a heart transplant?
It's very difficult. You know, I feel that I have helped raise Jacob in many ways. His mom's a single mom, and so I feel as if Jacob were my own, and I adore him. And the way I get through each day is to do things like this, is to get people talking about it, to raise organ donation awareness, to spend as much time as I can each day with Jacob, and just hope for the best. All we can do is wait at this point, and it's very hard. The not knowing when and all of that is very difficult for each of us. But for me, that's the best way to handle it, is to stay busy and try to get some good things to come out of all of this. Thank you. Hi, Jacob. This is Jacob Roberts. He is my husband, and he has been an amazing uncle to Jacob Kilby. He has taught him many things, and especially how to be a good man. And Jacob's going to tell us 3 things that he loves about Jacob.
Jacob has some serious drive. He is a character, and he's very loving. And he's a good surfer.
Okay, and how do you get through each day knowing that Jacob's on the heart transplant wait list?
I just use each day to spend with him, and he's here, so we're going to live it up and surf it up.
Thank you, Uncle Jacob. This is Lou J. Roberts, and he is another cousin of Jacob's, my son, Lou J. What can you say about cousin Jacob?
I love him.
You love him. That's very nice.
Is there
Anything else?
No.
Okay. Thanks, Lou. This is Aunt Becky. She is Jacob's great aunt, and she is a great aunt. And so, Aunt Becky, can you tell us 3 things that you like about Jacob?
Well, he's loving, generous, amazing.
And how do you get through each day knowing that Jacob's on the heart transplant wait list?
The only way is with God. It's hard, but God can do it.
Thank you, Aunt Becky. This is Uncle Rudy, and Uncle Rudy is Aunt Becky's husband. and he's been an amazing uncle to Jacob. He's like a father figure for him. And we're going to ask Rudy 3 things that he likes about Jacob. Rudy?
And the question is?
3 things you like about Jacob.
Well, I like about Jacob is he's a character, and he's fun to be with, and he seems to be enjoy himself, even though the way he is, or what he expects to come across, or anything that may come across him. He seems to be a good attitude about it, not very serious about it. Yeah.
I agree. And can you tell me how you get through each day knowing that he is on the wait list?
Well, I get through it with by thinking positive, and I believe and have faith in Jacob that he could actually make it through this and be strong inside himself. And I believe that if he can do it when he was younger, then being older should be no problem to able to deal with a problem that he's actually researching and understand what's going to happen to him. And I know for sure that he'll do very well, like he's always been doing.
That's true. Thank you, Rudy.
Yeah.
Okay, this is Auntie Lulu. And she is my husband Jacob's mother. So she knows Jacob very well. She's been able to watch him grow up. And so Lulu, can you tell me 3 things about Jacob that you love about him? Or
he's a sweet kid. I love him dearly, and he's a goofball.
Great, that's perfect. And how do you get through each day knowing that Jacob is on the heart transplant wait list?
He's always on my mind. Always on my mind. And that's about all I can say.
Thanks, Lulu. This is Johnny Roberts. This is my husband Jacob's father, so kind of like an uncle to Jacob. And he's going to tell us something that he likes about Jacob.
Yeah, Jacob's a good kid. Fun to be around. We used to go to the desert when we were a kid, ride motorcycles. We used to have a good time. Let's see what else is. Yeah. This is a little guy. We love the guy.
Thank you, Johnny.